do it all for you. Eh, oh. Welcome back. Thank you very much indeed for tuning in. Again, this is still Hello Nigeria here on Wazobia. Max, Olive and I leading today, this beautiful last Monday of the month of January. In case you've missed the show thus far, we teased our guest earlier on. He is the founder of SME 100 Nigeria, and he's a man who is passionate about empowering young people, particularly in the area of entrepreneurship, employability, and of course, taking on leadership roles. He hosts events to this purpose and also coaches and mentors young Nigerians across the states in this country. His name is Charles Odii, and today he'll be speaking to us on unemployability in Nigeria and the way forward.
Thank you very much,
most welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well done.
Thank you for the work you do for young people. Olive and I have an opportunity to attend a few of your events, and we have to say that it's usually very, very, your guests are world class, number one, quality guests, and then the opportunity to network with them, to talk to them, to ask burning questions, particularly for young business owners. Thank you.
And they're also creating employment opportunities as well, because I have a lot of small shops and cocktails when we come there, so there are people who are coming to sell these things. So thank you very much. Well done. So I think we should go straight into our discussion for today. We're looking at unemployment in Nigeria. So let's make reference to the story we talked about before you came in. Now, we talked about how the Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, had come out to say that the federal government has spent nothing less than 1 billion naira for the preparations for the burial of Dr. Alex Ekwueme. Now, we have a question to ask you, and the question is, 1 billion naira, is it too much, or is it too little, or is it just okay? And if you think it is too much, how many employment opportunities could one have created with that?
1 billion naira is a lot of money. I mean, looking at where we are in Nigeria right now, and I want to say this in two contexts. Now, looking at the money and what it could have been used to create employment in Nigeria, it's limitless. One, and also looking at what the minister is doing. Now, this has generated a lot of uproar on social media. A lot of people are angry. They are discombobulated with what is happening in the country. And you're now coming to tell me that you're using 1 billion naira to erect a tomb for an elder statesman.
And to fix the roads, which they should have fixed since, but they're now fixing now because they say the president and the vice president will ply that road to attend the burial.
Now, these are the things that cause a lot of unrest in Nigeria. And now, I was talking before now, I was talking about what make people get angry. One, there's hunger. There's anger, which turns to anger, and the anger turns to violence. First of all, there's hunger in the land. A lot of these young people are not in jobs. A lot of these people, even after they've gone to school, they don't have quality places to work. And then you're coming to tell me now, as a young man, that the money that should have been used to create employment opportunities for me has been used to pave the road for an elder statesman. These are the kind of things that get me angry as a young man in Nigeria. I'll be very, very upset with the government. But then, not to now make blames on the government, we now have to now turn the conversation to young people. But this amount of money, like answering your question, this amount of money, 1 billion naira for an elder statesman, is a lot right now in the current economic state that we are as a country. It's a lot. It's a lot of money.
So let me ask you, as the founder of SME 100 Nigeria, I hand you 1 billion naira. What would you do with that money in your organization?
Right. If you give me 1 billion naira right now, and the 1 billion naira is to create employment opportunities for young Nigerians, it's very simple. The first thing we'll do is conduct need analysis for the people who we are supposed to be creating opportunities or employment for. We go to different areas and different regions in Nigeria. First of all, find out what these people are interested in. Secondly, find out what they lack, the skills that they lack, and try to upskill them. Not just divide the money and share like we see a lot of people do in Nigeria. We create opportunities for these people to learn skills. We need to understand that the reason why we have a lot of the rate of unemployment is so high is because a lot of Nigerians are not skilled. And then the problem with young people is energies, but not capacity. They want to do, they don't, but when you bring them in to say, okay, come and do, they don't have nothing, they've learned nothing, and they're carried away with this, everything is fast now. See your hair, fast. Cars, fast food. Everybody wants to make it fast. But building a sustainable business takes a long period of time. So we're seeing a lot of young people who are now gaining some kind of prominence in Nigeria. They don't say, oh, she made it now. Just like tomorrow, Olive, you or Olive can just get something. But no one will know that you and Olive have been plowing time, learning these things, sometimes if you take 9 shifts, at night you're here, and early in the mornings you're here, you're putting in that time, you're building these things. A lot of young people are not doing that, you know? Yeah. So if you give me this money, answer your question, we will first of all understand what the gap is, why there's a lot of, because there are a lot of opportunities, I must tell you. If you go to this local government, just very close to you guys here, they do a lot of trainings, cake baking trainings, bead making trainings, but the places are empty. So are we saying now that these people are not interested in learning these things? Or are we saying that these things actually have no impact on these people? So we try to understand those kind of societal problems. When we understand that, we know what these people want to learn, we know where their passions lie, then of course we'll gain the money into that. I remember I was saying to someone, if you take 12 persons in the UK, one in those 12 persons are in the creative industry. And the creative industry is large. The creative industry can change the employment rates, reduce the high rate of employment in Nigeria. If that's what the young people want to focus on, they will create opportunities in the creative industry. And creative industry these days doesn't just lie with Nollywood and Bollywood. You know, it has grown to publishing. This is the creative industry, advertising, architecture. When you're using your creative skills to actually start businesses, using your creative skills to employ people, then
actually, there's still so much, but all I can think of is the fact that you made a very valuable statement. You said that we are in a very fast era, and it's true. People want to make it quick. Who is to blame for this? Are we going to say that young people have... What has caused the change? Is it the fact that our older parents or our leaders, you know, have gone there, looted money, and made us feel like it's easy to get away with these things? Or have we just become a very lazy, dependent generation? Who is to blame? Would you blame the older generation? Would you blame us young people?
I think I would blame us young people. And I'm saying this not because I'm a young person. I mean, I'm still in my 20s, but I will blame young people for 2 reasons. Young people actually have become very lazy. Young people want to get this thing. Our parents did not get it fast. And if you actually have a mentor, you know, there's a place of mentorship for young people. You actually get a mentor. You see that the mentor actually takes you through rigid processes. I don't know if you guys have mentors. See that your mentors will tell you that it's not this get-quick scheme that will last. I mean, some people make money overnight. If you make money overnight, you can lose it overnight as well. But if you want to build something sustainable, these things take time. This thing is patience. But just right now, we've seen that, and you don't blame it because it's what is being celebrated out there, you know, the glamour, the glitz, everyone sees that. But what people don't actually understand that behind the glamour and the glitz, there's a lot of hard work. And our young people are not taught about the hard work. So when they now get the hard work, when they get introduced to the hard work, they shy away from it, they run away from it. You know, they want to become makeup artists, but they don't know that being a makeup artist, you have to go through rigid trainings. They want to become pilots, but being a pilot, you have to actually go to flight school and learn and fly for miles, actually to attain being different levels, like being a captain, etc., and etc. So the thing is that our people have become so impatient. You know, you just enter TFC today, you get the food, you're out. You want there's fast car.
Everything is fast nowadays. Fast relationships, fast marriages, fast, unfortunate divorces.
But, so we're not casting any blames. I like that you're being honest that young people also have a responsibility. But I also feel the older generation also has a responsibility. Because I feel that they've gone into, like those in politics, they've gone into power. They make it look like it's easy, you know, it's easy to steal and just get away with it. And nobody really attacks you for it. No heads really roll. So people feel, there are many young people who want to go into politics for the wrong reasons. I spoke with someone who said he wants to go into politics. And I asked him, why do you want to go into politics? And he said, I have to make life better for myself and my family. So they've painted a picture that makes it look like once you get here, your life will be better, which is not far from the truth. Seeing how much they are being paid after they leave office. We were talking about it the other day, how governors, after your pension for life, they're giving you house worth 500 million naira. They're giving you how many cars? Even me, I want to be a governor right now. So I feel like also our older generation has a part to play, as much as we have a part to play, but they also have a part to play.
I mean, so our older generation, the older generation actually are getting away with a lot of things because we young people are not holding them accountable. Our older generation can get away. Look at our population now. It's 70% of us are under the age of 35. If the 70% of us come together and lock hands and say to these people, account for this, what is happening here? I think that these people will not get away with a lot of things. you and I were in a session, one of our events, where we were talking to a past governor, and he was saying to us that things have actually become harder to steal now. You know, maybe because there's EFCC or there's ICPC, or people are now awoken with how the budget is being spent and manipulated. Things are going to even become harder when all of us play an active role in citizenship.
Yeah. Now, when you talk about that, we have only a few more minutes to go, but I have to ask you this question with unemployment. You play a very key role, and you've been in that sector for a while now. So you're an authority in that sector. Unemployment in Nigeria, what is the way forward? A lot of people have postulated some theories, you know, how it should be handled. But from your own experience of working with young people, what are 3 quick wins for us to get out of this unemployment, you know, high rate of unemployment?
Now, when you want to stop something, you have to replace it with something. Okay. So, first of all, we need to understand the problems. There are a lot of problems, and the bulk of it comes to our education. We were talking one time, and we saw that a firm was actually advertising for a role that only a foreign trained person can fill. That alone is a problem. But you don't blame those people, because our educational system in Nigeria is wrong. I was in the US about a few months ago, and I was an international visitor leadership program with the US, and we went to different schools. And I could see that at age 4, at age 5, these kids are already taught how to build boats. They're taught how to start businesses. So from the class starts I think they're 4 years old. They started a body scrub company, and they've been taught how to write marketing literature. They've been taught how to advertise. So the class is divided into different sectors. One class is doing the product, one class is doing the marketing, one class is doing the advertising, one class is doing customer service, and that's how they are taught. So it's a business. When they go to the next class, they pass it on to the next class. Education is about outcomes. Our outcomes in education in Nigeria is going to get a certificate, and that's it. Mm-hmm. So they go to school to come out to look for jobs. But abroad, where our own peers will compete against, these guys are taught the real thing. So at age 7, they're building boats. At age 16, they're coming out as certified engineers. Sometimes they don't follow the education because they know how to build houses. They know how to write marketing literature. They are looking at, if you engage these guys, when they come to Africa, they're looking at the problem already. And so
basically, you're saying that we should take our focus away from just the educational skills and start teaching them hands-on application.
Absolutely. So it's not, the outcome should be starting businesses. The outcome should be coming out of school to add to society, coming out to employ people. And that's why some of the things that we do is focus on entrepreneurs under the age of 25. So every year we identify these guys, 25 of them, under the age of 25, who are doing phenomenal things in business and contributing to social economic development. And we try to tell their stories. They say, look, as a young person, you think you want to start dusting your CV at 30. These guys are already employing people at 25. These guys are employing people at 18. And we see that some of them have become, so Forbes has started picking some of these guys to say, watch out for these guys. But we identify them to say, look, these are the guys. These are the guys to watch out for. And, you know, I was cracking a joke one time. When we were abroad, they were calling me the African Prince. And I would try to understand what the joke meant. And it actually meant that half of the guys, were 17 in a group, 16 of them have gotten internet fraud emails from Nigerians. So that's another communication.
Oh, the African Prince. So I thought it was something of a praise.
No, so it's like the email says, I'm an prince in Africa.
Prince. I have gotten that email too.
Even you as a Nigerian has gotten it.
But maybe when I was in school abroad, so they just look for your IP and they send you emails about African Prince. But thank you so much, Charles, for coming on the show today. And again, Charles, like you mentioned, is the founder of the 25 Under 25 Awards, and it's a brilliant initiative. If people would like to follow you, how can they follow you on social media?
On social media, on all our platforms, is at SME100 Nigeria.
All right.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at SME100 Nigeria. See all the work we can do. Join us, follow us. And let's add to it.
Seize the opportunity. Carpe diem, seize the day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have had Charles Odii from SME 100 Nigeria, and we're here to tackle unemployment in Nigeria one day at a time, one show at a time, one person at a time.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love her.